Today, we're talking about client journey maps, and you might say, what is that? Do I need one? What are you talking about? Or that just sounds like some corporate jargon word, but what does it really mean? So, we want to try to answer your questions around that today and give you some ideas of why it could be valuable to your business and what it could potentially look like. Because it doesn't have to be something that's super hard or overwhelming, but it can be worth it to understand what it is and where it fits in. So I'm Jen, the playmaker. And when we were talking about client journey mapping, in essence, what we're talking about is what is the experience from the first moment that somebody learns about you? How do they learn about you and your business? And how does that take them through their entire lifetime, their entire journey from start to finish with your business? And hopefully that's continuing on an ongoing basis. But what does that look like in every point along the experience? Every little interaction, every little communication. What does that look like? So we start with just understanding, well, what is that today? And usually that could be as simple as just doing like a flow chart, talking to your team members about what happens. Okay, let's say somebody learns about us on our website. Okay, they saw our website, then what happens next? Versus if somebody sees you on social or they meet you at an event, what's that experience? And what you will often find is there's some areas where there could be some better experience. You could eliminate some friction or make it easier or more consistent, more efficient by mapping it out and identifying some opportunities about how you can deliver a better experience to your clients. And that goes back to what is that experience that you want to provide. And if you were your client, I was talking with Luke about this other day, and he said, if I would want to be my own client, do you want to be your own client? Are you setting things up an experience that would make you think like, wow, this is awesome. I would be raving and telling everybody about this experience and why they should be working with this individual or not. And if it doesn't really represent what you want it to, how can we identify some easy ways to start to work through that? So here's some reasons why I think client journey map makes sense for you. One, it makes it easier for your team, especially if you have any transitions. You have maybe a new team member maybe coming on to know, what are we doing? What are we delivering? Here's how our consumers interact with us kind of from start to finish. So it's easier for the team. Number two, you can identify where there's gaps or inconsistencies in your team's delivery of your experience. Working with a client recently, we saw where, if a client comes in one way, we get their data and we get them into our system so we can continue to make sure we could track them and follow up with them and nurture those clients. But if they come in a different way, we don't have that information. So maybe there's some opportunities to make sure that we have the same process in that space so that we have better systems to continue to take care of the people that we're engaging in. So that's number two. Number three is you identify where there's points of friction. So where are people getting stuck? Where is it difficult or feels heavy? Do you have a form that they have to fill out that they're like, oh my gosh, I already have this, but it's not in your form, so I have to do all this extra work? Or it's only a printable copy and they can't just submit it online and they'd rather be able to have that. We got to think about that. People want to be able to do it with whatever way is most natural to them. So you got to be able to provide options and be flexible. How good are you doing that? Where are there friction points in your experience that you could eliminate? Number four, where can you surprise and delight? Do you have some things within the journey where you're doing something that really gives you an opportunity to set yourself out? The other day, I shared a video from Michael Creed, and he was talking about the closing experience that they give their new homeowners and how just being very intentional, but very subtle in that experience and that meeting really sets them apart. So if you haven't seen that, check out my LinkedIn or to see Michael's video in that space, or reach out to me. I'll make sure to share it again and everything with you. So the little things that you can do to show that surprise and delight, because people expect the good service. They expect the quick turnaround. We have to do more than just what people are expecting. We have to do the things that really go above and beyond. And then number five, it really allows you to create more efficiency and scale, because you'll identify those points where maybe there's two people doing the same thing, or somebody talks to the person who answers the phone and then they get transferred to another person and they take some details. Why are we getting the same information kind of twice? Could we just have maybe one person get that information? Where can you create some more efficiencies and scale in your processes that makes it easier, faster, better for everybody involved? So what I suggest to get started, now that you understand like why you might want to have one, is as simple, like I said, is talk to your team, start to whiteboard it out, create a little flow chart if you want, something around here's our process. Here's all the ways people come in. Here's what happens next. Take it all the way through and think about, if you were your client, where could you improve the process? What could be better? Where are those opportunities, like I said, to add more value? And then go from there. And if you need a partner to help you do this or give you some ideas on, hey, I want an outside perspective looking at this, let us know. That's something we love to do and help our clients with, that playmaker. But you don't have to make it overcomplicated. Just start to map it out however works best for you and take action on what's that one thing maybe we can do to improve our experience for our clients. So we'll leave you with that. Remember, the best companies are the ones that take action. It's progress over perfection. So get started today.